Okay, working on a kiln out here. Customer was complaining that it wasn't holding temperature and reaching temperature, but everything else was turning on, and I turned it on, I tested, I pulled out my thermal camera, all the elements were turning on. This is a Press FX23P. A couple extra doodads. It's like a semi-automatic kiln, but the problem with it being more complicated is there's more that can go wrong. Our regular cone setter assembly, but up here we also have this thumb wheel. It's going to slowly increase over time and allow more and more power to flow to your kiln. Other thing you have here on the side is instead of just having a couple of like regular infinite switches, this one is going to control almost like the speed. And when you combine those two, you can end up with some really nice ramp programs where like you can load in a bisque and have it fire on low and automatically turn up, and it's really handy. It's really great. Problem is when something goes wrong, we have extra things to troubleshoot. If you're getting heat some of the time, that really does point to one of the infinite switches being bad. They have these strands of metal on the inside, and they operate a lot like an old thermostat. The strands of metal are coated in another metal, and those different metals have different kind of melting and bending temperatures. So when they start to conduct and heat up, sometimes that little filament will bend out of the way and you'll lose the connection and it won't fire anymore, and then it cools off and it contacts and it heats up again. If we're losing heat at a certain temperature, it means probably that one of those filaments is bad or something else is wrong with the infinite switch, that it's not contacting at that certain temperature. Look at this theory in action right here. This piece here is from the inside of that switch. We can see that it's busted out. It's kind of corroded, maybe shorted, kind of melted. It belongs in the bottom. You can see the hole right there. That's a bad infinite switch. I have to go find a switch and order it. I'm doing this because I don't think knowledge should be gatekept. I'm one of like maybe 3 people in the state of Arizona who does this. I love that I'm specialized, but the problem is sometimes people can't afford my services, and it's really hard to go and find this kind of information out there. I'm trying to be more accessible with my knowledge and spread what I can, especially because I don't know how long I get to do this for. That's just part of it. I want these things to still be fixed and be around, you know, when I'm no longer doing this. If you have any kiln questions, let me know what they are. Hit me up in the comments, shoot me a message. I'm trying to be accessible with my knowledge. If you really want somebody to come out and do kiln repair or any kind of like ceramics equipment or glass equipment repair, please let me know. Those are paid services. I have to have insurance and pay for it somehow, and also try to put food on my table. But my knowledge, I will pass out what I can. Yep, that's why I'm doing this. Knowledge should be free, but donations are greatly appreciated. Paying bills and buying eggs and stuff, it's rough as an artist and as a gig worker. But we gotta be open, we gotta be kind, we got to spread the knowledge when we can. Yep, that's it. That's an easy one for today. If you are interested in learning more about kilns and pottery and equipment repairs and all kinds of stuff, I do a lot of stuff. I think it's interesting. Some people find me interesting. I've had multiple people tell me, oh, you should start a YouTube. You'd be an online personality. And I'm like, I tried that in high school. I don't want to do it again, but I need to. That's part of like being an artist, is having an online social media presence. Part of maybe turning this into something more lucrative so that I don't have to declare bankruptcy because I am drowning in debt. You know, that's bad. And if I can't do this, who can? That's why I'm spreading the knowledge, because maybe if I can't, maybe you can. Or maybe if I keep doing it, people will keep paying me to do it, especially if they know I'm doing it. Like in videos. Okay, bye.